So what I love most about what was great about the program is how they really focus on having exercise involved with the diet. You can't do one without the other. So I'd always been sort of a big guy. I'm 6'7", so I could carry weight and people wouldn't notice. I've been as high as 250, 255 at one point. But when my playing weight was at 6'7" was actually like 185, 190 in college. I could hide the weight well, but I never really was at that point where I wanted to do it. And it was a switch that went off this year. I went from the point of being somebody who's wanting to lose the weight to willing to do what it takes to get into shape and get fit. Jasmine is my instructor for the cardio dance class. As my wife calls it, booty shake class.
Booty shake class. So Matt, what was it like to be in a class with all these women that knew the routines and are like die-hard dancers?
Well, it was intimidating. It was really, at first, my wife had suggested I take the class. A group, like a clique that was already there, and they all knew the routine, they knew all the stuff, and I was walking into this. And I was just trying not to elbow people and chop their heads off with my arms in the first class. But I think, one of my goals with this is that I hope that the women in the class can see their husbands and say, there's a guy in the class who comes in and he started in March. He's lost over 30 pounds doing this. You can do it too.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much.
So there's a lot of reasons why I entered this. Obviously, your overall health is important, but it's really my daughters was really the critical decision. They're 7 and 5 now, and they're very active, and they're running around. And I've had some injuries. I have my foot into my hips, and I just wasn't as active as I'd like to be, and I was tired on the couch a lot and not doing things with them. And I just said, I can't have them growing up with a dad like that. I want to be the most influential aspect of their life. I want to be their coach in all their sports and be involved in as much as I can. And so what I made a decision that I went from wanting to do that to willing to do it, is that I had to do it for that. And having the framework of a challenge was very important for me because I'm a competitive person. Well, today was my exercise routine was pretty intense. Today was a pretty intense day because I had to get a couple things in, and I wanted people to see what types of things I was doing. But it's been, again, it's been a challenge getting out of my comfort zone, taking those classes. Most of the classes that I take were the aerobics type of classes, the cardio dance, and the bar class I took today, even the Pilates class. I'm typically the only guy in the class, and that's been really getting out of my comfort zone. I was invading a space that they had their own space, and I was the foreigner outside coming in. But I have to say, everybody really welcomed me with open arms, and they were very nice. And I was focused on a lot of the things. I was just focusing on not killing the people around me with my elbows and my arms flying everywhere, and my legs. But they've really been helpful in that. And it's again, the exercise being so critical is I had forgotten that that feeling when you start ramping up and you get into that shape and you get that endorphin release. You really start to get that past the pain that you have in the first couple of weeks is really tremendous as an asset to build it. So it's kind of a snowball effect that the more you do it, the more you want to do it, and the more you want to do it, the more you do it, and so on and so on. So that exercise component is that. And then Calvin, as my trainer, has been as a one-on-one. He really, I told him exactly what I wanted to do and what I wanted to accomplish, and he built a great plan for me, and he did everything we can do. He's 55 minutes away in the city, but it was worth it to go to him 2 days a week. So I'm here with Calvin Stewart. Calvin is my personal trainer who I found through referral. The principle, I said before, principle said find the best you possibly can, but take great advantage. Army, drill sergeant, and other different things. So I heard some things. So one of the principles of success is always find the best possible person you can to learn from. You also have that suit that I was wearing, the matrix compression suit.
Correct.
Which was really great results with that.
Thank you.
And it's really been great in this journey. So what was your first impression? When I said I was an athlete before in high school, college, what was your first impression of me the first day?
I was like, oh my gosh, how did this guy let himself get that out of shape? I think the breakthrough came for me when I saw that after the second week, your determination, the willingness to drive an hour to get here, and then the hard work.
It's an hour back too.
It's all the way back don't count.
Oh yeah.
And the willingness to do the exercise and put in the hard work. But when you told me you were doing other classes, I'm going, yeah, right. Then after the fourth week, we came back and we was doing the regular weight. And it's oh, it's too light. I was like, oh, excuse me. I was really shocked. The suit that he was wearing is concentrating on individual muscle where you got compression with resistance. So you don't need a whole lot of weight to build that individual muscle, but all muscles together will make you a lot more powerful. So the total weight on the top is like 9 pounds.
Okay.
And then you have 5 on the arms, which is your in and out of tubular muscle.
2.5 each?
Yes, 2.5 each,
Okay.
yeah. And the same thing with the legs. And because the compression all your muscles with the resistance, it also increases the blood flow.
Right, and keeping it warm and
There you go.
things
Yep.
like that. So I know, I can see, I definitely feel that when I go. So
Nice.
it's 19 pounds total weight. What do you think? 'Cause I know
I think
that.
like 20 for the entire thing.
There's a lot of there's a lot of trainers out there and who have a basic understanding, but I know you've gotten dramatic results for people in very short periods of time.
Yep.
And so that's what I'm looking at. I know you used to train a lot of sports people and everything else. So I said that's what I'm gonna pretend I'm back in my athlete brain from 25 years ago where that's what you
But
were
you did
bringing on.
it, man. I'm telling you, the 4 weeks was like, phew.
Yeah.
Then and now we didn't increase weight about 4 to 5 times.
But anyway, thank you so much.
Thanks, my man. It looked
Great.
good.
Appreciate
Keep
it.
up the good work.
One more week to go.
One more week.
I'm gonna get that challenge.
One
TLS
more.
challenge.
Oh yeah.
I respond well to having somebody to be accountable to, and to extra driving. I have that personal drive, but really having that extra person there to do it and really knows his stuff was critical for that. So what I love about the TLS system is that it's a complete system. With a coach, I have my coach is Tammy Seeger, and I chose Tammy because she had just gotten the prize for being the TLS Coach of the Year. So I said, I'm going to find the best, and she was the Coach of the Year. I didn't know her very well, so it was the accountability. Sometimes you can be more accountable to somebody you don't know as opposed to someone you do know well. She's really helped me clean up what I need to clean up. If I could change one thing about the TLS program, I think the toughest part about it was probably in the book where it says to a celibate life, and that's been a real challenge. I had that discussion with my wife about that, but that's really been the challenge.
I think you read it wrong. The book says to celebrate life.
Celebrate life? Oh my God, honey!